people that has troubles cooking or is just too scared to try. With this recipe, you can dazzle your friends with a delicious treat. These brownies are fun and easy to make and hard to mess up. To make this recipe, you will need 1 cup of melted butter, 2 cups of white sugar, 4 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of baking powder. Before you start cooking, make sure you preheat the oven to 350. To start, melt half a cup of butter, a whole cup of butter if you wish, until it's all liquefied. And then you'll stir in your 2 cups of sugar. Make sure it's not the powdered sugar that's some buy. Make sure it's the normal type. Then you'll crack all 4 eggs. Make sure you don't get the shells in there because
yucky!
Exactly my point. Before you do all this, make sure your hands are washed good because nobody wants to get sick from your delicious treat. And your friends will not be as dazzled. Then they're done that. Once you're done cracking all of your eggs, you will add that butter you melted earlier. Then you will add the vanilla extract. 2 tablespoons of it, in fact. Be careful not to spill this because although it may smell good, the smell is extremely strong. You can smell up your whole kitchen. And make sure you do not measure over the recipe bowl because if you spill it, it can ruin your brownies.
Yucky!
Then we will beat in the cocoa powder, the unsweetened cocoa powder, the cup of flour, and then we will beat it.
Ow! Ooh, that hurt!
And that smells good. Smells all nice and chocolatey. Well, once this is beaten, make sure you do not use an electric beater or blender because it'll add air to it and that'll make your brownies be more like a cake instead of the brownie fudge-like texture most people would expect from brownies. Once that is beaten, you will add 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Make sure you don't use baking soda because that will also ruin it and give it a soapy-like taste.
Yucky!
Exactly. Alright. Once this is beaten pretty good, make sure it's all mixed together really well. Again, hand beaten and hand mixed. Make sure you grease a 9x13 pan with just your normal greasing vegetable oil. Then you could also sprinkle it with flour. That also helps. Sounds like our oven's done preheating. Once that's all done, I will pour the mixture, the brownie mixture, into the pan. Make sure you get it spread out really well. Doesn't that just look delicious? Yep. Make sure it's spread out fairly evenly. When this is done, don't worry, it'll rise, although it looks very flat right now. It'll end up looking better than it does now. Okay. Make sure you do not lick the spatula, because remember this contains raw eggs, and you do not want to get salmonella. Now I'll put it into the oven. After the baking duration of about 25 minutes, your brownies will be done, and they should look about like this. Now, if you want to put frosting on them, wait about 10 minutes for the brownies to cool, and frost them or add chocolate chips or sprinkles or whatever you would like. Well, now that you're done making your brownies, you are ready to amaze your friends. Enjoy!